Hi Year 3, I hope you're all okay. This is my third poetry video with Indigo, Amber and Jade group. I've really enjoyed reading your poems, so thank you so much if you've sent any in. Yeah, it's really good fun, and I think you really got the idea of Alan Alberg's Please Mrs. Butler. So today we are going to be looking at another poem by Alan Alberg, and it's called Excuses. So I'm just going to change my screen a little bit, so just bear with me. There we go. So you should be watching this video if you are part of the Indigo, Amber or Jade group, and it's Friday the 5th of June today, so happy Friday. It's always good for it to be a Friday. Got a weekend coming up, so awesome work. We know the signs by now, I'm not going to go through them, but that's just a little reminder, just in case you needed to see the signs. Today, you're only going to need your pencil, your paper, and yourselves again. So, well done if you've already got them ready. If you haven't, then go and get them ready now. You can pause the video, that's not a problem at all. So, today's ally is actually the same as yesterday's ally, but do make sure you write it down with today's date. So it is, I can write a poem in the style of the poet. You'll be able to understand the features of a poem, understand how to write a poem, and you'll be able to use full stops, capital letters and commas. Okay, so we'll be able to put them in the right places and be writing in the style of Alan Alberg. So, Excuses comes from Alan Alberg's book, Please Mrs. Butler. So it's the same book as we've been looking at when we've looked at Please Mrs. Butler, the poem. So that's where it's come from. That's a picture of the author on the right hand side. Yeah. So this is Excuses. I've writ on the wrong page, miss. My pencil went all blunt. My book was upside down, miss. My book was back to front. My margin's gone all crooked, miss. I've smudged mine with my scarf. I've rubbed a hole in the paper, miss. My ruler's broken off. My works blew out the window, miss. My works fell in the bin. The legs dropped off my chair, miss. The ceiling's coming in. I've ate a poisoned apple, miss. I've held a poisoned pen. I think I'm being kidnapped, miss. So, can we start again? Do you know what? I've actually not read that poem before I planned this lesson. And actually, it's a really nice poem. I quite enjoy it. And there's lots of things to discuss with this poem. But one of the main things is the title of the poem. Now, the title is Excuses. What do we think that means? How do we think that relates to the poem? Have a little write down. What do you think the title of the poem, Excuses, means for the poem? I think that it's a list of excuses that are being made for children not wanting to do their work, not willing to do their work, probably wanting to go and play rather than doing their work. So they're coming up with any excuse they can. So, let's discuss this poem. Let me see if I can get a pen out. Let me move my bubble first. Oh, I can have a pen. What colour of pen are we having? Let's get... I don't want a red pen. Should we go for a blue? Let's go for a blue. So, do you see this word here? We don't use that in our English language, do we? It's called non-standard English. Because we would write, and we would put an E on the end here. Like that. Right. Or it'd actually be written. I've written. So you would have a T. I've written on the wrong page, but it says writ. And it says, my pencil went all blunt. Would we say that? No, we'd say, my pencil is blunt. My book was upside down, miss. My book was back to front. Those are all excuses for why we can't write on our book, isn't it? On the right page. Do you notice how after the first I don't think I can rub it out, but it's fine. The first and the third verse, we've got the comma and then the miss. It's a very confusing pen. We'll work on that. Try my best. My margin's gone all crooked, miss. Again, we've got that comma and miss. I've smudged mine with my scarf. I've rubbed a hole in the paper, comma, miss. My ruler's broken half. What could we say instead of broken half? That's it, broken. Well done. My work's blew out the window. Blew out the window, really? No. My work has blown, so that's another weird word. Oh, I've got the comma and the miss again. My work's fell in the bin. Fallen in the bin, that's right. The legs dropped off my chair. Miss. The ceiling's coming in. I've ate a poison apple. I've eaten a poison apple, miss. I've held a poison pen. I think I'm being kidnapped, miss. Comma, miss. So, can we start again? Now, do we think this poem is written by one child or maybe from the perspective of more than one child? It's a bit of a tricky one. I'll tell you there's a bit of a clue. Let me check. I'm going to go for that colour. I think it's written from more than one child's point of view. Because it's got this clue here. We. And maybe each line is from a different child. That's quite interesting, isn't it? But each one of these is an excuse for why they can't do their work. Don't want you guys getting any ideas, right? So, you guys are going to go away and you're going to pause the video and you are going to perform with your family. Do remember to come back because today I'm going to answer some questions and we're going to write our own version of excuses. So, pause the video here while you go and perform this part of the poem. So, question time. Question number 1. This poem is full of excuses. What one is your favourite? Simple as, what is your favourite? There's no right or wrong answer. Pause the video, scribble down your favourite answer. Pause the video while you do it. Mine is my work fell in the bin, because how can your work fall in the bin? Like, can your work get up and walk around and fall in the bin? I don't know, that doesn't seem right to me. Number 2. Imagine you are giving award to the excuses. Which excuse is the funniest, the most dramatic and the least likely to happen? Now, again, there's no right or wrong answers. As long as you write what your winning excuse is and the reason, a really important reason. So remember, no right or wrong answers. Pause the video, write down your answers now while you can see the screen. Okay, so write down your answers. Hopefully you've done that. Again, there's no right or wrong answer, so I can't wait to see your answers when you email them to me. So, why do you think the poet uses non-standard English? That's quite a tricky one. Pause the video while you write down your answer. So, I would say the poet uses non-standard English because it's coming from children's point of view. And sometimes children don't say the right things. Like they might say, I buyed this. I buyed it. When really we would say, I bought it. You might say, I writ this. Again, we'd say we had written or we wrote this. I think it's mainly because it's from a child's point of view. So well done. That was a really tricky question. So well done if you managed to answer that one. Okay, now you should be able to answer this because we have answered this and discussed this before. Do you think it is one child writing this poem or more than one child? Have a think, pause the video, write down your answer. If you can give a reason, that'd be excellent. That's right, it's more than one child. The last line in the poem, it says we. So that makes us think that there's more than one child writing the poem. So we can get writing that. So just bear with me while I change my screen up. So I need that there, that there. Let's put me there. So this is the copy of the original poem, as you can see on the right. So that is the actual poem that Alan Alberg wrote. Now, I've had a thought, and I think I'm going to write my poem about excuses why I'm late to school. So you can come up with an idea for the poem you want to write. Maybe you want to write about why you didn't do your homework. Maybe you want to write about why you didn't want to eat your dinner, or why you didn't want to go to sleep, or why you should be allowed to play on your Xbox or your Switch. Have a think. Mine is all about why I'm late to school. So I'm going to put excuses as the title of my poem. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I know it's a little bit small. Maybe I'll change the font and everything. Let's go for some handwriting. That's not very clear. We'll just go back to something more sensible. There we go. So, remember, we have to remember that first, third line thing, where we've got our comma and our miss. Okay, so we're going to remember that. I'm not going to highlight the rest of it, but you know what I mean. So, I couldn't sleep last night. What comes next? That's right, comma and miss. Whose fault could it be? It could be my sister's fault. It was my sister's fault. Now, do you see? It's got a full stop in the second and the fourth line. In fact, at the end of every line, there's a full stop. So make sure you put your full stop. She cried and cried all night. What comes next? That's right, comma and miss. And then, we're being late to school, aren't we? We're not on time to school, so that's why I'm late to school. Wow, so we've already done our first verse. How cool is that? Let me read it out to you. I couldn't... Oh, look. It's really important to reread your words. You see, I haven't done it properly. So, I've missed out a word, so I'm going to write it in. Obviously, if I was writing it with a piece of paper, I'd just put a little arrow. So that's fine. It's fine to make mistakes, we know that. I couldn't sleep last night, miss. It was my sister's fault. She cried and cried all night, miss. That's why I'm late to school. Now, who else can I blame in the house? Oh, I could blame my mum and my dad. That's right. So, my mum didn't wake me, comma, miss. My daddy was at work. Now, I wanted some breakfast, but I couldn't reach up to get the bread, so I couldn't reach the bread, comma, miss. It was high up on the shelf. Wow, fantastic. That's our second verse. So you might want to pause the video, and if you haven't done the first verse yet either, go and write the first verse and the second verse, okay, guys? So make sure you're doing it step by step, otherwise you'll get all confused. So pause the video while you make sure they're both done. Make sure you read it out loud. Do you remember? I read my first verse out loud, and I realised I missed out a word. Let me read my second one. My mum didn't wake me, miss. My daddy was at work. I couldn't reach the bread, miss. It high up on the shelf? It was high up on the shelf. See, even adults get it wrong, and it's really, really important to reread your writing. Okay, I'm going to go for the third verse. Uniform. Uniform is always an issue. You guys are always telling me, oh, but I couldn't find my shoes yesterday or this morning. That's why I'm wearing trainers. How can you lose your shoes overnight? Doesn't make sense. But anyway, my uniform is a mess, miss. My tie is with the dog. No, blaming that dog for eating your homework. I can't find... Oh, I can't... can't find my shoes, miss. I think they are in the fog. That's just a rhyming word. I thought it'd sound cool. Let me reread it. My uniform is a mess, miss. My tie is with the dog. I can't find my shoes, miss. I think they're in the fog. I did one right. Well done. Pause the video while you write your third verse. Got one more verse to go. I am so impressed with all your writing and your dedication. Well done, year 3. So, in this one, I'm kind of just like going to say that it's about being late. So I'm going to go, I am late to school. Again. Oh. Miss. Ah. Oh, full stop. I tried. I really did. I'm going to put an exclamation mark there. I think I'm in a nightmare, miss. I'll put another exclamation. So, ... Can we start again? Can we start the day again? Let me read my last verse. I am late to school again, miss. I tried, I really did. I think I'm in a nightmare, miss, so can we start again? Oh, I think that's fantastic. Make sure you pause the video while you write your last verse, or you can listen to the rest of me waffling on. But let's read our poem together. I couldn't sleep last night, miss. It was my sister's fault. She cried and cried all night, miss. That's why I'm late to school. My mum didn't wake me, miss. My daddy was at work. I couldn't reach the bread, miss. It was high up on the shelf. My uniform is a mess, miss. My tie is with a dog. I can't find my shoes, miss, and I think they're in the fog. I am late to school again, miss. I tried, I really did. I think I'm in a nightmare, miss, so can we start again? Fantastic. Do you see, this is all about starting again, starting the day again. I cannot wait to read your next poem, all about excuses. I can't wait to see what excuses you guys come up with. I'll be able to tell who's the good excuse makers, and I will remember for when we're back to school. Yeah, have a lovely, spectacular weekend. Be happy. Keep safe, wash your hands, and I can't wait to see all your home learning, guys. It's been really nice to spend some time with you guys. I'll be doing these English videos all week next week, so I can't wait. See you guys later. Bye.